I'm Rob from WCSR Mornings in beautiful Hillsdale County, Michigan. We are doing our latest update on U of M. Why don't we do it on the actual morning radio show in sports? I will tell you, as a Michigan State grad, I am used to it. If I say, my program is a dumpster fire. If I say, boy, my coach, Mel Tucker, what a dirtbag. Boy, Michigan State's really messing it up. It's an embarrassment. Michigan State will be like, yeah, little brother, you guys are the worst, blah, blah, blah. But if we turn around and we say, boy, Jerome Moore, that wasn't too hot. Man, you guys pretty much cheated your balls off in 2023. What? You can't say that. You're just jealous of us. Stop talking about Michigan. And the people who answer the phones here are very nice. And the folks who call complaining about Michigan, not very nice. So I am adapting and overcoming as they teach us in the Army. And I am doing Michigan updates on here. And anything else that happens on the show, we will be sure to keep that updated. Again, I'm Rob from Radio Hillsdale County, Michigan. Okay, latest. So, if you're not familiar with the Jerome Moore story by now, Michigan University, they had their coach. He was arrested for one felony, a couple of misdemeanors. Essentially, he was having an illicit relationship with one of his staffers. That's not too unusual in the world of sports. Give him that, not too unusual. What is what he allegedly did afterwards. It led him in jail. So far, the fallout is quarterback Jaden Davis is entering the transfer portal from Michigan. And here's where I don't think is really fair, because the same thing happened to Michigan State when we were going through the whole Larry Nassar thing, which was awful. People were asking Mark D'Antonio, our football coach, and Tom Izzo, our basketball coach, about it at the time, and they had nothing to do with it. This situation is an affair with the Michigan coach, and then he ran into some legal trouble. So, of course, what do the reporters do? They up and ask Dusty May, the Michigan basketball coach, about it. I don't think it's fair, but it is news. This is according to the Detroit Free Press. So Dusty May says the football stuff, there's obviously some poor decisions made across the board. It is what it is. Everyone involved is a human being. Every decision impacts other human beings. And so I just pray for families that are impacted, then their lives of their children that are impacted. I don't really have anything other to say than that. Yeah, Dusty May, I don't think it's really fair you got asked about it. It's not like you had any, you're the basketball coach, but who may have something adjacent-ish, closer than Dusty May, is Biff Poggi. He is the interim coach of Michigan. So they're out in Orlando, Florida. They're getting ready for a bowl game. Can you believe that? He was asked about what's going on. They're going to play the Citrus Bowl against Texas on December 31st, 3 p.m. So he said it's unique and complicated, again, according to Detroit Free Press. Multiple levels of complexity that our young people are dealing with, our university is dealing with, our athletic director, Ward Manuel, is dealing with, and our team, our coaches, and our kids. I don't know that you can prepare for something like this. I'll just say it's complicated. Now, what drew my attention is, again, mentioning of Ward Manuel. He is Michigan State's athletic director. I did hear a comment that was like, how could Ward Manuel be held accountable? He doesn't know what his coaches are up to. How can one man know everything? Well, got me thinking, as I mentioned earlier, I'm in the Army. What happens in the Army is it rolls downhill, right? I am a sergeant. I am in charge of soldiers, so I give them a safety brief. Listen, weirdos, stop touching each other. Wash your clothes. Stop touching each other. Don't use your government travel card at strip clubs. You know, things like that should be basic knowledge. But even then, some things happen. Some things happened under previous coaches. I think that if people the coaches hire and things happen, you hold the coaches accountable. Like in 2016, Grant Perry of Michigan pled guilty to felony resisting arrest and misdemeanor assault charges after a bar incident. Okay. In 2020, Xavier Simpson crashed a car belonging to Ward Manuel's wife and initially lied to police. Yikes, hold that you should probably take a look at the coach on that one. Basketball coach Juan Howard, he punched a coach, okay. Connor Stallion sign stealing, we all know that was under Harbaugh, the huge 2023 sign stealing thing. 2 Michigan football staffers in 2024, including Denard Robinson, arrested for OWIs. That's on the coach, right? Because if my soldiers mess up, that's on me. Every time someone gets in trouble in the Army, we say, who's your first line? You know, who's above you? And then you go to that person, you're like, what's your soldier doing? Fix him, right? So this is going up, up, up. So if something happens with, say, football staffers, you would look at the coach. When Harbaugh's guy, Connor Stallions, was cheating, they looked at Harbaugh. They've banned him essentially for years in NCAA football. And the championship, but yeah, we all know you cheated. That's on Harbaugh, right? So if the coach himself, in this case, Sharon Moore, well, who's Sharon Moore's next level? That's Ward Manuel. That's why I'm really surprised that, one, someone would be like, how could Ward Manuel be held accountable for what you can't look at what every human being is doing. Well, you can. Your coaches, because Ward hires the coaches, right? I can come if Ward's like, hey, Sharon Moore or Coach X, get a hold of your players. They're doing dumb things. That's what an officer would do in the Army to a sergeant, back down to all the way to the private level. So in this case, the players, the privates, the coaches would be the sergeants, the officers would be Ward Manuel. So how can you not hold Ward Manuel accountable for what his essentially sergeants were doing? That seems wild to me. I'm surprised Ward Manuel still has a job, which I believe is impacting why Michigan coaching is up in the air right now. Take this whole thing out, take the legal anything out. Who would want to come to this program? Nobody knows if Ward Manuel is going to be fired. Nobody knows who the school president is, even at this point. Why would you come to U of M if you're in a perfectly good place where your ex-coach might not be going to prison? You know, there's that. You'll know who your athletic director is, and you'll know who your school president is. Michigan is so turbulent right now. I don't blame any coach for staying away. So looking at it from an Army perspective, I really don't think it's fair to say Ward Manuel could know that Denard Robinson is out getting OWIs. Well, he's a staffer. Obviously, you can't know that. But you are responsible if your head football coach having a little bit on the surface and gets arrested. So we'll see what happens with Ward Manuel. There you go. There is your latest on U of M. I think the basketball coach, Dusty May, unfairly asked about it. QB Jaden Davis is transferring. They did ask Biff Poggi. He just says it's complicated. And then we're going to wait and see if the university fires Ward Manuel. But again, the university doesn't even have a real president right now. So we shall see. From Spartan Nation, hilarious. Welcome to our level. Yep. Again, I am Rob Weber. I am from WCSR Mornings. We are 92.1 in Hillsdale. Check us out if you can. This video is sponsored by Chex Notes. Oh, yeah, I had some free time living alone with cats. I'll edit that out. Thanks for joining us. See you tomorrow.